Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for stopping by. Today what I have for you guys is, of course, another GTA 5 Online video, and the new GTA Online weekly update dropped this morning. So today on the show, we're going to be discussing all of the biggest and most major changes that Rockstar featured into the game with this week's update and event to GTA. Of course, if you watched yesterday's video, you know the money bonuses are basically non-existent unless you're doing LS car meet races or featured series adversary modes, but in terms of other opportunities for the week, aside from money-making opportunities, it's actually not too bad. We have lots of different vehicles on discount, a property, we have ways to pick up 3 free cars in the game this week. We're going to be going over it all. And so, yeah, welcome back to this week's update guide. Let's jump in. And how could I forget to say this in the intro, probably because it's early in the morning and my brain is still half asleep. We have a bunch of new content in the game this week as well. So that's pretty cool. We do have the brand new classy Drift Walton L35 that is going to be available for free for players this week, so that's pretty cool. We're going to be talking about that in just a little bit. But in terms of other new content, drift tuning upgrades are now going to be available for 4 more vehicles. For the Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire, the Anis Hardy, the Vapid Dominator FX, as well as the Dinka Kavos V6. In addition to that, Drop Zone returns to the game this week, so if you head over to the jobs menu, play jobs, Rockstar created, and then you go to adversary mode, you can see Drop Zone 1 through 5. That is a featured series this week, a limited time game mode, so we're going to be talking about the bonuses, but as you can see, it is on double money and double RP. 2 more free rewards for this week. If you complete a drift race, you will receive the painted and shaded limited time livery for the Rune Chebrik, as well as if you complete a drift race in the Dinka Jester RR, you have to be using that vehicle, you will unlock the Drift Gorilla Green limited time livery. We also just have some other news on the Cayo Perico zombie survival game mode coming to the game later this summer, which we talked about yesterday, but I don't have any more news right now just because the news wire is not out at the time of me posting this video, plus a $1 million giveaway that's coming for players. Rockstar will have more info. That will probably be on the news wire today, so definitely keep an eye out for Rockstar's official news wire on that. Post-editing hazard here, actually. Rockstar released their newswire, and this is what they have to say about these rewards and events. So they say more events to come, including a GTA cash giveaway. In addition to a free vehicle, look out for a cavalcade of events in GTA Online throughout the remaining summer weeks and into the fall season, including that new survival mode, ghastly Halloween occurrences, which we also talked about in the leaks, and then that $1 million cash giveaway beginning next week with some extra scratch for GTA Plus members as well. Here is that classy Drift L35 that released. That is some of the new content this week. I was gonna just purchase it and drive it around and customize it, but I'm like, you know what? I don't know what garage to put it in, so rather than me try and think about that this early in the morning, let's just go to Simeon's and test drive it because it is available. It's one of those vehicles. If you guys are familiar with the classy Walton L35, of course, I prefer, you know, the lifted version with the, you know, big beefy suspension, stuff like that. But if you want a drift truck, this is going to be the way to go. I would definitely say, you know, if you're familiar with using the classy Drift Yosemite, this is going to perform very similarly. And now I think you have drift upgrades on that, right? Just like you have it on the Drift Tampa and stuff. You know, this thing is cool. I'm probably not going to be using it that much personally, but I know players love their drift vehicles, and this is definitely a drift vehicle-oriented week. A bunch of vehicles receive drift upgrades. A bunch of drift upgrade-eligible vehicles are on discount. LS tuner vehicles in general are on sale. Like, it is a good week for car and drifting fans. So this is what we got. This is the new content. You could see, I mean, I do love this livery option. That is definitely pretty sick. I do wish when you were drifting though with drift upgradable vehicles, there was like a little bit more tire smoke going on. You kind of only get that if you're doing burnouts in the street, but if you're able to drift and just slide around the tarmac like this anyway, you're already doing a burnout. You can see there's a little bit of tire smoke, but there should be oh, sorry, buddy. There should be a cloud of smoke behind me, not just that little puff coming right from the tires. When it comes to some of our money bonuses here in GTA Online for this week, let's check them out. Because we already did talk about one, of course, the Drop Zone adversary mode that's featured back for a limited time. Double money and double RP, that is some of the featured series content this week. The community series, the community combat series is also double money and double RP. And then you can also get double money, RP, as well as LS Car Meet rep in LS Car Meet series races. Plus, you can get 2 times all sources of LS Car Meet rep this week. So no matter what you're doing for LS Car Meet series rep, to get your LS Car Meet rank up, you're getting double RP, or excuse me, double reputation points for the LS Car Meet in that activity. So if you're doing LS Car Meet Series races, you're getting double. If you're just standing around at the LS Car Meet, you're getting double rep. That being said, that's literally all we have for money this week. Those are the only opportunities. If you want a good GTA Online weekly update, or if you're expecting one for money bonuses this week, go away, because we don't have one for money. But other opportunities that we're going to be talking about in this video, we do have decent opportunities, so let's check it out. Jumping into our property as well as vehicle discounts for this week here in GTA Online. If you don't own it yet, the Higgins Helitours business is going to be 30% off. Remember, you need to accept the call from Martin Madrazo, head down to the airport, pick him up, you'll get the cutscene, he'll drive you to the car wash. You need to purchase the car wash in order to see the heli company as well as the smoke shop on your map, because you need to purchase the car wash first in order to unlock these two to even view, to then decide if you want to purchase either of these. Higgins Helicopter Tours is 30% off this week. It is definitely a worthwhile business. It's the same thing as the car wash, same thing as the smoke shop, but if you want to get all three, I think it's still worth it. Experience all the content GTA Online has to offer. But in addition to that, let's check out all of the vehicle discounts, or I guess this isn't really a property discount, but it is 50% off something big. If you go to the LS Car Meet, the LS Car Meet membership is 50% off, so I think any player should definitely take advantage of that this week. This is something that players are going to need long-term anyway, so you might as well buy it this week for half off. But also jumping into our vehicle discounts. The Grotti Los Santos Car Meet Cheetah Classic, the wide-body Cheetah Classic, that's literally all it is. It's just the more expensive version of the normal Cheetah Classic. It has slower acceleration, lower top speed, handling is about the same, no customization, or basically no customization. Normally $2 million, you're getting it for $1.366 million this week. Just get the normal Cheetah Classic, unless you just want the wide wheel arches, and that's it. The thing is, you can't even put spacers on the wheels, so it looks dumb because the wheels are so inset from the wide wheel arches. Like, if the fenders and the wheels were flush, this thing would look super cool, but instead it looks bad because the wheels don't have a high enough offset to match and be flush with the wheel arches. Let's talk about other vehicles on discount because we have so many this week. The Ubermax Cypher is going to be 30% off. You can get this for $813,750. The Pfister Growler, the vehicle you guys saw in my video intro, you get it for $1.138 million or $854,000. This is also 30% off this week. The Dinka Jester RR is on sale for just over $1 million at 30% off. The NSZR 350 is on sale for $850,000 at 30% off this week. The Grotti Stinger GT, you can get this car for $612,000. This is 30% off. All these vehicles are 30% off. Now let's also check out the four-door section, see if there's anything waiting for us. It does not appear so. On Southern San Andreas Super Autos, I mean, we're going to be going over this later, but I guess you can consider this a vehicle discount, right? It's a 100% vehicle discount on that new to classy Drift Walton L35, so this is how you can get that free vehicle for the week. Just make sure you buy it off the in-game website. It's also available at Simeon's, which we're going to be checking out, but of course, you have to actually pay for the livery feature there, so it's not free. Then we have the Vapid Dominator FX, $775,000 at 30% off. Vapid Dominator ASP, or the ASP, $931,000 at 30% off. Definitely worth buying. The Ines Remus, $720,000 at 30% off. The Karen Futo GTX for $834,000, $835. The Karen Sultan RS Classic here, definitely worth it at $940,000. The Declassy Drift Yosemite featured here, $654K or just under $500K with the trade price. The Dinka Kavos V6 you can get for $710,000. This is a 50% off vehicle discount, and actually the Classy Drift Yosemite was 50% off as well. Same with that Vapid Dominator FX. Those were all 50% off. I don't know if I said they were 30, but they're 50. And then the Karen Vivinite 30% off, $1.123 million. Who actually wants a minivan though, man? Seriously. The Rune Chebrick you can get for $101,000. And I just wanted to make sure we didn't have an updated list of any Warstock or aircraft vehicles that were actually listed on discount, but I just wanted to scroll through the websites to absolutely make sure nothing on Warstock or Elitist Travel is on discount for the week. At the Diamond Casino and Resort, your lucky wheel podium vehicle for this week is the Declassy Weaponized Tampa. And I always love when we have a weaponized or somewhat armored vehicle featured on the podium. This week, this isn't an armored vehicle. This is all about offense. It's a glass cannon. It is one of the most weaponized vehicles in the game, but it has absolutely no armor. It blows up in a single RPG or homing missile or explosive at all for that matter. But I just love when we get an armored or a weaponized vehicle on the podium. So the Weaponized Tampa, like I said, heavily armed. You have a roof-mounted minigun turret, front-facing missile launchers, a rear mortar system for countering all sorts of enemies behind you, super versatile in PvE. Obviously it's good in PvE. You can still PvP with this thing. It's just a glass cannon. You're gonna get blown up. You can shred all sorts of enemies, vehicles, tear through barricades. With an upgrade as well, the single minigun definitely becomes the choice because you get a fully rotatable dual gun turret, and that's going to give you full 360-degree offensive coverage. So this is definitely a vehicle that, I mean, I would recommend you just buy for full price anyway if you don't spin and win it off the lucky wheel this week, but I will always take an extra if I can get it. So let's spin this lucky wheel, and let's see what we can snag. Don't forget about your daily visitor chips as well. Oh my god, are we gonna get it? No, we're gonna get clothing. We're gonna get so close that we've been dancing around the podium vehicle for weeks now. The Angelica t-shirt. All right. At the LS Car Meet, this week's prize ride that you guys have the ability to unlock this week is a very good vehicle. It is the Karen Calico GTF, and all you need to do to unlock this vehicle for $0 is placing top 4 in LS Car Meet Series races for 2 consecutive days. Hop in, or 2 consecutive days in a row. I mean, that's what consecutive means. Hop in to a drag race with just one other player. You can get this vehicle as long as you just, you know, verse that other player. You can come in second and you'll be just fine. So here we go. The Calico GTF. You get a great top speed. It's 121 miles an hour. I mean, yeah, it could be a little bit faster, but it's just fine for an LS Tuners vehicle. You get some of the best acceleration out of any car, you know, in its class in the game. It's all-wheel drive, so you got super solid handling on all sorts of conditions. The braking and the cornering capability are just going to be average. This thing doesn't have the tightest steering feel, but it also has excellent off-road capability and high ground clearance, funny enough, despite it just being, you know, a normal coupe here in this game. There's a reason that this vehicle is like the preferred choice for LS Tuners robbery contracts. The auto shop robberies, a lot of players use this as the finale vehicle, and for good reason too. When it comes to the test drive vehicles at the LS Car Meet, this is where we have some good limited time rare and removed vehicle opportunities. Now, if I believe so, I think the Cheetah's back on in-game websites permanently. I actually need to double check here. A lot of cars were featured back into the game permanently with money fronts. So I don't know. I don't have the updated list on cars that were, you know, featured back that were limited time versus cars that were just never removed from the websites. But let's see just real fast because we have some discounted ones here. I don't see it. So I guess as of the current moment, the Grotti Cheetah, the normal one, is still rare and removed. As you can see, this is an excellent car. It's an OG supercar in the game. You get excellent acceleration, super competitive top speed, very good performance overall. It's very vulnerable to damage, even just from the most minor of a bump on the car if you just crash it very slightly. The design, though, obviously based on that Ferrari Enzo, super, super cool. It's a great supercar. And I guess it sort of, this was back in the day when Rockstar would mix a whole bunch of different real-life vehicles into one for the game. And so you get some elements from the Pagani Zonda, but it's mostly, as you can see, the Ferrari Enzo. But very distinctive looking car here in this game, $650,000 purchase price. Next up, the Lampadati Pijali. I really like this car. It's deceptively good. It is very high performing. You get great acceleration. You can reach supercar level top speeds on long stretches of road as well. It is front wheel drive, so you're gonna have a bad turning radius and suboptimal handling. But that being said, it also just has very good grip, high traction, great braking, excellent crash deformation. It's just a very strong vehicle in its class, and if you want to pick it up, you can make it yours for $400,000 this week. Then finally, we have the Western Rat Bike. This is a weathered and rusted out Harley-Davidson KKF 14. You get performance, I would say, if I can compare it to any bike in the game. I compare a lot of bikes to this one, but it's very similar to the Wolfsbane. I feel like they all handle sort of similarly. Top speed is 124 miles an hour. Maneuverability is just going to be average, but you get a loud engine and exhaust note, and I think the coolest thing about this is this classic rugged aesthetic. And who doesn't want to drive a rusty bike around the map, right? $48,000 purchase price. When it comes to Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport and car dealership and this in-game vendor for the week, you could see normally we have different limited time rare and removed vehicles featured here. This week we have some new content. It is the DeClassy Walton L35 Drift version. This is the last remaining DLC vehicle, I think, for the Money Fronts DLC, right? A lot of players have been waiting on it. Well, you can actually get it. Rockstar said you can get it for free this week, but as you can see, it has a purchase price of $63,650. So the livery costs money if you buy it from Simeon's this week. If you go on the in-game website, you can get it for $0. That makes sense. So it's a $1.5 million car normally. What is that? 493. Yeah, 1.493 million. You can get it for $0 this week. Now, if you want to purchase it with the livery, you know, you could obviously just modify it to LS Customs. I'm sure there's other tuning upgrades put on this thing. thing. But if you buy it from Simeon's, it'll cost you that 63k. Next up, none of these other cars are rare and removed. We actually have 2 new DLC vehicles, the Hardy featured here, as well as the Dinka Kavos V6. Really not much to say about either of these, but the Innis Hardy you can use in taxi work because, as you can see, it comes with this taxi livery, so that's pretty cool. Vapid Dominator FX that released with the Bottom Dollar Bounties DLC drip feed. This is a pretty cool Fox Body Mustang, so definitely check that out. And then the Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire. All these cars actually received those drift upgrades, like I was saying. So these were some of the cars. The Hellfire received drift upgrades this week. The Innis Hardy received drift upgrades. The Vapid Dominator FX, as well as the Kavos V6. This is already a driftable eligible vehicle as new content. The Bravado Gauntlet Hellfire, though, normally, even without drift upgrades, this is definitely a muscle car you should invest in here in GTA Online if you just like muscle cars in general. Handling's really good. Speed is crazy. You will... I don't want to say oversteer. It is a little bit slidey if you try and push this car to the absolute max, but it's not bad. It's just a fun, thrilling car to drive. Here at the Salvage Yard for this week in GTA Online, these vehicle robberies will be available through August the 21st. Check this out. The Vapid Dominator GTT is the mid-range vehicle for this week. It is featured in the Podium robbery. The Weenie Issy Rally, the standard range vehicle for the week, featured in the McToney robbery. And then we have this Overflawed Entity MT as this week's top range vehicle, featured in the Gangbanger robbery. What's missing? The cargo ship robbery. Once again, it's been over a month at this point. It's starting to make me feel like either this business is bugged because we're just getting the same Salvage Yard robberies on repeat, or Rockstar just wanted to retire the cargo ship robbery in general. Now, I don't think they actually did that, but I don't know why this isn't ever refreshing and updating with new robberies. We're just getting the same vehicle robberies and missions on repeat. They gotta switch it up. Also, by the way, I mean, you could see no garage icon in the bottom left-hand corner of each vehicle thumbnail. None of these are claimable. If you guys are watching this video on Thursday, August the 14th, the gun van location for today is at the Grand Sonora Desert. It's basically at the scrapyard, right? So I'll zoom into the map right here. And here we go for the gun van stock and selection. This is what you guys have all been waiting for. Many players. The Up and Atomizer finally returns. You could just used to be able to get this weapon anytime, but when Rockstar brought the gun van into the game, they locked the Up and Atomizer behind whenever it would become available at the gun van. So this is a very rare weapon nowadays. Just last month, we saw the railgun, I think, what, for 2 to 3, maybe even 4 weeks in a row. But we haven't seen the Up and Atomizer in months, at least over half a year, right? So it's finally back at the gun van. You can get this. And not even can you unlock it, you can get it and unlock it for 30% off this week. You also have the compact grenade launcher, the compact PDW, the pipe wrench, the precision rifle, which is 40% off for GTA Plus members, plus the compact EMP launcher. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, though. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be wrapping things up right here, so make sure to drop a like on this video if you did go on to enjoy it and you found the information helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you want to see more GTA Online content just like this. Of course, feel free to check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically twitch.tv/HazardOusHDTV for GTA Online money grinding live streams. Lots of big videos coming out this weekend. I think you guys will greatly enjoy those. Thank you guys for the support on the channel recently as well. Really appreciate it. Let's keep pushing for that 500K. We are so close. And yes, I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Have a great day. Adios, amigos.